Stash Air Force One, the original pair or the retro? Which one is better? Which one do you prefer? Hello, and welcome to another episode of Microscopes. Today we shall be comparing the original Stash Air Force One from 2006 to the retro Stash Air Force One 2024. Both incredible pairs, legendary pairs as we all know, and we shall be comparing them to see which one is better. Firstly, let's compare the boxes. As you can see, both of the boxes are similar. We have the orange and brown box with a stripe in the middle. Classic, as you can see, the 2006 pair, and the 2024 pair is inspired by that one. Similar colorway, but the only difference is no swoosh on the box, and we've got the blue stripe signifying Stash. On the sizing, you can see that the sizing sticker is a little bit different. The modern sticker is smaller, but the dimensions of the boxes are pretty much the same size shoes as well, by the way, that we're comparing today. And then if we take a look inside, you'll see that we've got some different paper. Firstly, black and white paper on the retro, whereas it's your standard white paper on the original. You do get some white paper as well on the retro, and the most important and striking difference is the design on the retro inside the box. We've got the blue and black Stash graffiti design all throughout the inside of the box. You can turn this box inside out as well, so you can have that facing on the exterior. A very nice touch right there. And then to the shoes. You will notice that I was fortunate enough to get my pair signed. As you can see, this is not usual on the original pair or anything like that. There's no graphic or anything like that on the normal release version, just so you know. But let's compare these shoes, of course, starting from the soles up. So as you can see on the original, we've got a translucent outsole. It's a clear translucent outsole, see-through, really cool. And on the retro, you'll see that it is a navy blue. Very interesting. We'll have a little look at that later and talk about that. The midsole, however, again, quite different between the two shoes. On the original, we've got a leather wrapped midsole, which is in navy blue. Very nice. And we've got the protruding Nike Air, of course. Really nice tonal. And on the retro, we have, again, a navy blue midsole, but this time same rubber as the outsole. So it is not leather wrapped on this one, and it's a tonal affair for the Nike Air as well. What's interesting to note is on the original, the adhesion between the outsole and the midsole over the last 18 years, they did tend to dry out, and the outsole would come away from this leather midsole. I do have a pair right here where this has happened. As you can see, I did glue it and it is coming back off again, which is a real negative, a real shame when it comes to the leather midsole on this pair and that adhesion to the outsole. When it comes down to it, it is a really nice midsole outsole combination, something quite unique, especially for that time. And then we come to the upper. So the main change you can see is on the toe. On the toe right here, we've got what appears to be like a twill material on the original in that light blue. Really nice material. It doesn't feel like a denim. It feels a little bit waxy as well, but a very nice light blue. Whereas on the retro, we have a blue ripstop material right here, and we've got that tape material around the edge of the toe. Very different compared to the original. Similar hue of blue, but this one does look a little bit aged. Remember, this shoe is 18 years old, but very different materials. Around the toe and on the eye stay, we do have this nice soft grey nubuck. On both pairs, the colors are quite different. You'll see that we've got a sort of brown hue on the older pair right here, where it is more grey on the newer release. Both materials do feel good in the hands, however. At the base of the eye stay, you'll also see that we've got a debossed swoosh. This is present on both pairs, as you can see. It's a little bit less pronounced on the original pair. Obviously, as I said, 18-year-old shoe. It's a very old shoe, so, you know, a little bit of wear and tear, but this pair is brand new, just to let you know. And then going up the shoe, we've got these waxed laces in, again, that light blue. Both of the light blues match the hue of the toe box and the other portions of the shoe, although it is a lot brighter on the newer pair for obvious reasons. The thickness of the lace is slightly different as well. I think the original lace is a little bit more broad than on the retro, and I do prefer that little bit of thickness. As you know, I do like a bit of thickness to my laces. Continuing to the tongue, you'll see that the tongue is the same material as on the toe box on both pairs. And then as we come to the top of the tongue, we've got a leather patch, which is identical on both, but the stitching is different. We've got light blue stitching on both. As you can see on the original, we've got the Nike Air embroidered in that light blue stitching right there, but we've got the Stash signature graffiti tag right there, which is embroidered on the retro, which is really cool. A lovely touch right there to see that on this shoe. If we take a look at the mid portion of both shoes, you'll see that, again, similar to the tongue and the toe box, we've got the same material right here. So it's that twill material on the original right there, and we've got the ripstop again right there. Let's take a look at these swooshes. So the swooshes are quite different, as you can see. On the original, we have a blue nubuck swoosh, a nice bold blue right there. Nice stitching as well, tonal stitching, very, very cool. Whereas on the retro, it's a kind of tape-like swoosh, and it's got a little bit of cushion into it, a little bit of puffiness to it. It's similar to the tape around the toe as we've seen on the toe box. And again, it's in the same hue of blue. Very good, very good. Both of them are nice. I do like them, but both quite different. And it does give a little bit of difference to the aesthetic of the shoe. The foxings of these shoes are quite similar when it comes down to it. Both navy leather panels, both got a little bit of texture, that grain to that leather, really, really nice, and of similar hues on both the original 06 pair and the retro 2024 one. Marginal differences when we come to the heel of the shoe, however, where we've got tonal nubucks on that heel panel with similar colored stitching. The darker stitching is on the original pair, and it is slightly lighter on the retro. The sock liners of these shoes feature similarities and differences. The color is the same. It's that light white color, very, very cool, but the textures are different. We've got a standard, a little bit rough texture on the original pair right there, whereas on the retro it's a nice soft plush sock liner, almost carpet like, which is interesting. I do like it. I have seen this on some other pairs as well. A very nice feel to that sock liner. And then we come to the insole. The insole does have some similarities as well. We do have that navy blue spray cap design on both insoles, but the retro has an interesting touch where the material of the insole is actually blue. Magnificent. But both designs are very nice. The original pair has a more darker hue compared to the retro. So there we have it. Stash Air Force One, the original pair or the retro? Which one is better? Which one do you prefer? A difficult question to answer, but I think both pairs have their pros and cons, especially when it comes down to age, where, you know, this pair right here, functionally, would I wear this? It's a risk. The midsole outsole combination for one, as I mentioned before, that glue between the midsole and outsole, I've had two pairs where the outsole has come off. So, you know, it's not just an unlucky pair. Maybe it's unlucky two pairs or something, I don't know. But whereas this one right here, you know, you're more confident that that issue is not going to happen. Also, the fact that it is a leather midsole outsole combination, if your air unit goes, as it has on this pair is not wearable, as you can see, unfortunately. when your air unit goes and you want to do a sole swap, it's much easier to find a pair to sole swap with this one as opposed to this one. So, you know, there's challenges when it comes to the original pair. But as I said, the original is still an excellent pair all around. When it comes to materials, both pairs feature great materials. I'm swaying more to the original. I don't know what it is. There's just a bit more charm to it, I think. And I just like it. I really like it, the selection. But there's no doubt that the original and the OG feature both great materials, which you will love and enjoy if you do choose to pick up either pair. And then when it comes to the shape as well, there's something about this shape which you just don't get that nowadays. You don't get this shape nowadays. This shape on the retro, it just doesn't compare to the original shape. Let me know your thoughts. Which shape do you prefer? So that's why for me, the original is the better pair in my opinion. But no word of a lie, this is still an excellent shoe right here. One of the best Air Forces to come out this year. Very good pair all around. Very good. But the original just has that little bit of charm. Maybe it's nostalgia, I don't know. But, you know, let me know your thoughts. Remember, purchase links for both in the description. Check out the full review of this pair, the retro and the on foot as well. And also check out the review and on foot of the Stash 95 retro as well. Again, another excellent pair. I'd love to do an on foot of this to complete the comparison, but it's a signed pair and I'm not risking that midsole, so sorry guys. But thank you everybody for subscribing and, you know, supporting the channel and everything like that. Had a few challenges and stuff like that away from YouTube, so that's why I haven't been so present recently. But as I said, thanks for supporting and understanding and being patient. Anyway, I've been Scopes, signing out. See ya.